Pulling up to the curb. Man, I don't want to scrape that lower lip, so what do? Look at that. There's the curb. Ha! No more scraping! Hey everyone, so I'm pretty excited about a new product that Hansho just sent over because it is going to solve a problem I've had for a long time now. Check this out. Rear view camera, okay, but it's a streaming rear view camera, meaning it runs off of this camera. But what I am going to do with this thing is going to be really unique. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, it may not blow your mind, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to be making two different videos on this product. This first one is for the front view, which is not what Hansho sells this product for, but it's super cool and it's why everybody subscribes to this channel. I'm going to be following up this video with the standard rear view, which is actually way better than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, as much as I like this front view, the rear view is also equally as cool. I wish the mirror had the ability to do both, front and rear view. So here's a clip of the rear view. It's kind of wild to have that kind of a view in your rear view mirror because what are you used to? Something like this. That's it. Compared to that. Wow. And please subscribe because that video is coming out real soon. So first I'm going to do an unboxing and then I'm going to show you my unique install for this front view. And then I'm going to show you how I'm using it. And if you like this, please go on Hansho and use Tesla Mark, okay? Tesla Mark, you'll save at least 15%. All right, let's get started. All right, let's see what we got in the box. All right, instructions. And the mirror. Sucker's got some weight to it. Alright, the camera. Cool. Mounting bracket. Alright, and then all kinds of cables as usual. So yeah, this looks like the camera feed. So that's for this one. Here. So this is going to be power and other information to know when to turn on and off. All right, probably for the, oh, maybe a spare for the camera. Screws for this guy. Get mounted back there. All right, excellent. Let's go. Okay, first thing. We're going to eventually be mounting this to the mirror and running these cables through this opening. However, this one's got a big connector on it and doesn't fit, so we got to take this guy off. And let's see if I can do that with this little screwdriver. There, it's a little locking tab thing. And then this has to be pried up so that we can pull it off. There we go. All right. This worked the best way, holding it like this and prying it open. You don't need to pry it very far. It'll clear and you can pull it off. Okay. All right. So again, this is going to be mounted in this fashion. This is the light sensor. Keep that on the bottom. This is pointed up. Here. Through here. And then this will be mounted, this will be going through here eventually. Actually, you know what? Let's do this first. Pry this off first. Alright, sounded a little dramatic, but nothing's broken, so we're good. And this little thing holding it on. Not sure why that's necessary. this just kind of comes out. This is a weird, kind of a weird little system here, keeping all this stuff together. Okay, there's a little tab in there. I think that needs to be pressed in. And then we can pull this out. There we go. Alright, we got that plug out. Untangle it from this guy. Alright. Alright, so I got these big channel locks. I put some duct tape around here so I don't damage anything or scratch anything up. It's hard to get the right angle on this thing, but it's just that initial twist that you got to put on it to get it out. And you know, be careful, it's got to twist this way, you know, not any other direction. It's this way, and it's just kind of hard to get everything in there. I saw a different set of instructions where they actually tell you to unscrew the bracket, bring everything down, take this off, put this back on, and then twist it off. So that's a possibility too. All right, let's try to get this off first. Okay, I believe there's a clip right here. Okay. Kind of pull this headliner down a little bit. I don't want to get too crazy with anything. Alright, and there is a plug in here, so you definitely don't want to get too crazy with this. I think we just let this hang here for now. I don't think we unplugged this camera. Okay, we now have to transfer this little triangular clamp thing to this. And on my car, this is a Torx T15. And that is a Phillips in there. Okay, we leave that screw in there. All right, now we have to put these wires through this opening here, match up the triangle spring clip into this one, put the trim piece on, and that's it. Sounds simple. Yeah, it's gonna be a good idea to get those in there, get it on this side of the clip. Maybe start putting this in here. Okay, we have to kind of put this on the same way we took it off, line it up if we can. Okay, but then when you get it lined up, it's not that difficult. All right, now this, speaking of lining up, this has to be lined up kind of just right. All right, so both of these clips came off when I was trying to put this back on, and the way these are, I actually had to kind of bend them in a little bit more in order to even get them to fit on here. And when I pulled this off, these clips stayed in here. And what I'm going to do though is put them on here. However, I have to make sure I put them on the right way, because this side will catch when I'm trying to put it in a certain way. So that should stay there. So this plug is not going to be used any longer. So I'm going to try to stuff it in here. Put this piece of trim back on. Which way this goes. And then up there. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we are going to deal with these guys. All right, we grabbed the 2 sets of cable that they gave us and plug them in. All right, and there's a lot of room in this headliner. You just pull it open, you can tuck all the stuff in there. Okay, I'm starting back here with this panel. Okay, we do have an airbag in there. So I'm going to run these cables across here. Let's take this panel off here. All right, now for my very unique install, both of these cables are going to be run in this piece of trim. Actually, what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to interfere at all with the airbag, that side airbag that's in there, I'm going to kind of pop this trim back in there, I think, so that I don't accidentally put the wires in front of that airbag. Okay. Now I know that it is just in this molding here. Now this power cable is now going to be run through here, down the center console, and into the rear of the center console, where there is a access to the CAN bus. And I will show you that next. And then I'll show you where we are going to run this and how we're going to get it to the front of the car. All right, in the back of the car, center console, we need to get behind this panel and install another pass-through connector so that we can get power up to the new rear view mirror. And my little Bluetooth OBD connector here is going to complicate things a little bit because it's getting a little crowded in there, but let's see what it looks like. I haven't been in here in a while. So all we gotta do is push this down. Plug that. And normally this would be plugged into here. As you can see now, I'm going to have 2 different connectors. Should not be an issue. All right, and what I plan on doing is there are 2 different ways to run this cable. One of them is a really nice way, is if we pull this top off here, and you might be able to do it through here also, and put a fish wire through here to the left footwell side up further there. You can run this cable through there nicely. However, what I'm going to be doing is kind of the easy, cheap way out, honestly. And I'm going to run the cable here, and you're not able to tuck it in. There's a section about a foot long here where you're not able to tuck the cable underneath into the center console easily, so it's going to be kind of sticking out, but it's in between the seat and the center console. You don't really see it much, but I'll show you that further when I do the install there. All right, something I try to do with my installs before I start running cables all over the place is to hook things up to see if it works, because you don't want to start burying cables, doing your entire install, then plug everything in and find out something doesn't work. And I am going to plug the power in now and see what we get. Okay, I don't know what that means. So now I'm going to plug the camera in. Oh, whoa, and whoa. Well, hello. All right. So let's continue to run this thing. All right, so ignore this cable. It's for something else. This is for the video. Don't worry about that for now. Power, though, still runs down here. What we're going to do is put it through here, back up there. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it up here or behind the carpet. Not sure yet, but either way, there, behind there, and then it goes back to the center console back there. Got to get behind it. Easier with these kind of tools. So keep track of these clips when you pull these off. Sometimes the clips stay on here, sometimes the clips stay in here. So just kind of keep track of what you've got and look at the different things that do have clips on them, so when you're pushing it back on, you know where to push and pull. Alright, so we probably don't need to really take this panel off. We don't need to take this off. You can basically push this cable in through here. Just keep it above this panel so it doesn't come down. And above the carpet, you can feel it where it goes, where the top of the carpet is up here. Or you could zip tie it to anything above here, and then you know, when you put the panel back on, it'll be covered up anyway. We can plug these back together. To get the camera feed into the front of the car, I'm going to go through this grommet here, and as you can see, got a screwdriver through it, and now I'm going to tape the end of this to the screwdriver, pull it back through, and run it up to the front of the car. So no big deal. So the camera feed runs basically along the same path as that other power cable, up along here, up here, and then except here it's through that grommet. And then if we come outside here, all right, I don't have my frunk in, and I've taken this panel off. I think you could just probably take just this panel off here, that gives you access to the battery, and will get you access to back here. You can see, I think there's enough light. I'll push this aside a little bit. You can see where I put the grommet through by those two orange cables. But that's a grommet from the inside of the car, and I just did a couple zip ties here and coiled it up. And this is the actual connector here that the camera plugs into. And then there is a bit of a slot. I can't reach my fingers down there, but it is, see this opening here, this is like just basically like a rubber seam, rubber flap here, and it runs all the way across, and you can get in between there. There's when you pull that back, there's a decent amount of a gap that you can fit wires, and you could even get this connector through there. So that's where I ran it through. All right, let's take a look at what hopefully is the final setup here. As you can see, I had to create a different bracket. The bracket that comes with the camera just wasn't allowing enough tilt for me. and I really wanted to see the front of the lip. So while you can use this and you could still tilt the camera down a little bit, I really wanted to see this. And you can judge, just using that, you can judge how far things are, but you have to get used to what that looks like in the camera, in the mirror. I didn't want that. I really wanted to see the front of my lip and just to know. So I created this bracket here so I could get more tilt out of it. And I ended up screwing it in here. And honestly, because there's not a lot of room here, it was just like a huge pain in the ass to get these screws in here, because I didn't have like a nice little 90-degree bend so I can drill bits are so big it doesn't allow enough room. Anyway, it was just a huge pain in the ass, so I probably just should have used some double-sided tape. All right, big test. We're pulling up to the curb. Pulling up, can't see it anymore, but I don't know, maybe that's pretty close, maybe a little closer. Man, I don't want to scrape that lower lip, so what do? We go to our super secret front view cam. Check it out. Look at that. There's the curb. Let's get closer. Closer. All right, well, that looks pretty close, but exactly how close are we? I don't know. Oh, now I know. We got plenty of room. A little closer. Do we still have room? I don't know. Let's check it out. Look at that. We still have plenty of room. Oh my God. We got tons of room. Okay, we don't have tons of room, but check it out. Look at how close we can get. Look at how close. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to stop here, but look at this. This is awesome. Now, obviously, my front lower lip doesn't curve like this. This is just some fisheye lens. As you guys know, the front end actually curves like this. Let's see. Look at that. Plenty of room. Man, there's got to be like a few inches here. And we knew exactly where we were. This is awesome. No more scraping.